because we're going to take all of the dragons and bring them back. So this was a terrible backfire. They come back on the dead ships. They're all double striked. And we get all the mana in the whole world. And then we can do this. And then we can give him that. And then we can even make more treasure and double strike everybody to death with a whole mess of dragons and just absolutely kick the shit out of them. Okay. So that's really what you want to do there. Just have your opponent mill you for a million cards and then bring all those dragons back to the board and eat him alive. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain Jay. And tonight we have a very special treat for you, a very strange treat for you, a very jank treat for you. We got the Velomachus Mach Speed Mach Dragons of Machness. This is absolute top tier dragon jank. Does it always work? Not really. Is it funny when it works? Yes, it is. I mean, it's almost a meme deck. I know that some people run this a little bit better than I do. But I tried to run this last night, did terrible. So I'm going to try to run it today and see if I can do a little bit better. It's basically resurrect dragons, mill yourself, resurrect dragons, get a million dragons on the board, sacrifice things, stuff like that. It's just nonsense. Get dragons for cheap, get the whole board full of dragons. It's really weird. It's a weird deck, man. It shouldn't work, but man, when it does, it is very sweet. So, of course, before we get started, I'm going to ask you, please tenderly press that like button. Gently press that subscribe button. Because if you don't, the like and subscribe will come and get you. You don't want him. You don't want him around. Join us on our stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all the live stream goodness. And additionally, as opposed to my normal announcements, I will tell you that this I'm recently being sponsored by none other than Raidy Shady Ladies, Raid Shadow Legends. It was a joke first, and now it actually happened. For the next 2 days, you can have exclusive code if you've never tried Raid before. It's on PC and on your phone. You can download it by the link in the description. Every time that you do and play through the tutorial, you will be helping support the channel. So if you haven't done that yet, I'd love you to go down there and click that link. Just play through the tutorial. It's about 5 minutes. If you don't like it, don't play it. After that, if you do, hey, you got something else to do. It's an idle game, guys. Don't go down there expecting Diablo 4. It's a fun little mobile game. I've played it. I still play it. It's a fun one to do. So they were kind enough to sponsor me to try to help the channel out. Additionally, what I'm going to use the sponsorship for money is to commission new artwork for none other than the like and subscribe. So that all being said, Bloodchief's Thirst. A little bit of removal, especially when we're going to trigger Velomachus. We want to get some removal out. Basic and cheap. We kind of want to slow down. That's why I went with this one. We kind of want to kill early creatures and slow them down. Professor's Warning. There's a ton of removal in the deck right now. And just that one drop indestructibility is going to be useful. Mire Triton. This deck has this one has a lot of utility because she is a 2/1 death touch. And when she enters, you mill 2 cards and gain 2 life. Ideally, what you want to do is mill other cards that you're going to resurrect for cheaper. You're going to want to resurrect the dragons for cheaper. Okay? So it's also a good early defender. Fire Prophecy, if you need the card draw, again, Velomachus will get you out. Will get you out some stuff. When you attack, it'll do instants and sorceries, which will help burn up defenders if necessary. But also, if you need to swap cards around, you need to shuffle them around. Fire Prophecy is a good card here. Magda Brazen Outlaw is another very good one. I call her Magda Brazen Lightning Rod because people kill her right away. We don't really care about giving the boost to dwarves. However, whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, we create a treasure token, and then, if we get lucky enough with the treasure tokens, we can search our library for an artifact or dragon card, put it on the battlefield, and then shuffle. Very useful. We can have the opportunity to get a lot of treasure tokens with this one. Sudden Breakthrough is one of those new Strixhaven cards that is it's very useful. for a common. +2 in first strike is good enough for 2 mana, but then treasure token coming in at the end will give you enough to really start to kind of push aggro. On turn 2, you're able to cast. On turn 3, you're basically going to be able to cast with a steady mana draw. You're going to be able to cast something that's 4. Very, very useful card. I love the utility of this one. Unleash Fury. Again, this is another useful one for one when we get the Velomachus out, because if they're not defended, we can double somebody's power by casting it on ourselves. I love to cast this on Goldspan Dragon, so we get the additional treasure token kicked out when we cast spells on him. And additionally, not only do we get that extra gold, but we get to double the power. Lorehold Excavation. I foresee myself using this card a lot in the future. This is really the crux of Lorehold right here. If you don't get it, this is it. So, mill a card. If it was land, you gain a life. It was excavation. If it was damage, if it was any other card, it damages. So you gain or they lose every turn. It has that additional ability. You can exile a creature card from your graveyard and create a tapped 3/2 red and white spirit. Very useful, very tricky there. Don't worry about the self-mill if you're going to get recursion. Keeping that steady damage or life gain is a great tempo card to just wrap them up in the game, to put pressure on them, especially when you have multiple of these out. Gadrak. I'm the only person that likes Gadrak. Are there any other Gadrak lovers out there? I don't know. I really like Gadrak. And the main reason I like Gadrak is because he is a great early blocker. And when you're running artifacts or treasure, he's usually able to attack, and he generates treasure. So when you have things like Fire Prophecy, Bloodchief's Thirst, any kind of attacking, even attacking with Mire Triton, any kind of removal, he's going to generate more treasure as time goes on. Now, Return Upon the Tide is a very useful one, because it's probably the easiest way of getting something out of your graveyard, because it only costs 4. So you figure that if you have the combos going, what you want to do is foretell it for 2. You want to foretell it for 2. Then on turn 4, if you have milled something with Lorehold or Mire Triton, like a Velomachus, you can get a Velomachus or a Goldspan out on turn 4, which is unbelievably powerful. We don't really care about the secondary elf effect, but even so, it's very, very useful to Return Upon the Tide with stuff, especially having it ready. 4 Goldspan Dragons. You know he's the big treasure boy. Big, big red treasure boy here. Whenever he attacks or becomes the target of a spell, create a treasure token, and treasure tokens generate twice as much mana, which is ridiculous. So whenever he attacks or becomes the target of a spell. So when you do something like bring him out, attack, you create a treasure token, and then you can do something like Sudden Breakthrough on him, which will create 2 more treasure tokens, because you're targeting him with a spell, and you're generating 1 for that, which means you now have 6 mana to play from, because each treasure token generates 2 apiece. That is a ton of mana to be generating with 1 card. The utility of this card cannot be overstated, guys. Now here's where the real tricky one comes in. Haunting Voyage. Return 2 cards of that type to the battlefield. Okay, so you can return 2 dragons, which is useful. However, if they make the mistake of milling you, or doing something crazy, or they've been killing things left and right, and you have this thing foretold, you're able to hit the 7, which you think, oh, 7, how am I ever going to hit that? Well, I just showed you that Goldspan Dragon is going to have a ton of mana generation through all the other stuff that we have. Okay? What that means is you could bring potentially 7 dragons back to the board, 6 dragons back to the board, and absolutely decimate them. Absolutely rip them apart. Decimate means kill 1 out of 10, which is not right. Which is absolutely just destroy them, just eat them alive with Haunting Voyage. Very, very cool. And I like the animation that it does. It makes little people show up on little ships, little long ships. So, very, very tricky card. I like this one. Terror of Mount Velus, another dragon that's overexpensive, but when we're bringing him into the game earlier than expected, or resurrecting him, he's very useful. He gives everybody double strike when you enter. And he's also a 5/5 flying double strike. I don't get to use him as much as I used to be able to, or I'd like to, because he's expensive. But when you're getting a bunch of stuff back for free, or you're generating tons and tons of mana through treasure, he is much, much, much more useful. And then finally we have Velomachus, whose name is an absolute beautiful craft of writing here. How do we make sure this dragon is fast? Well, we call him Velocity and Mach. Velomachus. Yeah, good job, Wizards writing team. You really knocked it out of the park with that one. Legendary creature, Elder Dragon. He is the Lorehold Dragon. Flying, Vigilance, and Haste. Very useful. Whenever he attacks, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value less than equal to or original Velomachus' lore power from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest of them in the bottom of your library. So 5 or less you can pay for free. That's Return Upon the Tide, guys. We could essentially return him upon the tide, Velomachus, attack with him, and then hit Return Upon the Tide again off the top deck and bring somebody else back from the graveyard, which means that we could potentially bring Terror of Mount Velus back from the graveyard, which means all of a sudden that Velomachus has double strike if he's going in. And then if we're using the extra mana, we can Unleash Fury, so we have a 10-10 double strike going in. Again, we can Unleash Fury on him to make sure that he's a 10 in case we want to bring Haunting Voyage back from the graveyard. There's a lot of jank happening here. There's a lot of sneaky, tricky, sticky, icky jank going on. Does it always work? No, it does not always work. 50% of the time, but man, when it works, ooh, is that boy fun. That is a fun boy right there. And that's really what I'm playing it for. It's early in the season. Let's try some Dragon Jank and let's have a little fun. 3 plains, 3 swamps, 3 mountains. I like the pathways for the flip utility we have of them, of what we can or cannot play. Generally speaking, I've never really had a mana-based problem doing it this way. Mana is to taste. If you want to do Snarls, if you want to do Foretells, not Foretells, but if you want to do Scries, Life Gains, it's up to you, man. We look at the stats here, 3.6. This is not a fast deck. Solidly in mid-range, but honestly, you can get it done pretty quickly. More red than anything, a touch of white, and a little bit of black. 19 creatures, 10 instants, 8 sorceries, 8 enchantments, 21 lands total. This is a fun one to build off of, guys. If you want to modify it, this is the one to modify. Don't imitate this. Take the concept, the idea of resurrecting with Lorehold and everything else, and run with it. See if you can do it better than me. You can see the curve is kind of all over the place, but we do have a lot of 2-drops. I did that on purpose so we can wait for it to get these back-end creatures out a little faster. We can get some utility and keep the aggro decks off of us long enough that we can get into it and have some utility and have some fun with it. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to get into it and see if we can't win a couple of games. Maybe we'll pull off an epic combo. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so we had a real rough time with this one, the Mach Speed Dragons, but I've been trying out different versions of it, and I think we're on to something. I'm actually going to yeah, I like this hand. So I think the missing piece here was, in fact, the missing piece was, in fact, Gadrak. The reason why is because we need an early blocker, and we need to punish people for playing removal, which Gadrak does. If you're gonna play removal, you're gonna give me mana. Basically, is the idea behind that. Let's do a Mire Triton first. No, we're gonna do a Magda first because I forgot to put it on black. Can of Chunky, very nice, good name. No blocks. I'll take the 2. He might play something on that to push the second spell. No, he didn't. Okay. Guiding Voice. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thought we were going to get a second spell. Yeah. So we want Gadrak out. And we want to push it. Interesting swing in there. That was a bit odd. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to do this. see if he has that. If we can get Velomachus out next turn, I think we're going to be alright here. He might not have the power to get rid of it, but he can swing in with those two, which is not doing enough damage to us to really super be effective. He does have reduced to memory, which is a problem. But he doesn't have a blocker right now, so he might hit us with the reduced to memory. He needs to wait. It is a sorcery. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to run the Goldspan first. And then we'll hit Haunting Voyage. Let's see here. So we might be able to bring back all dragons. If we get Terror of Mount Velus out. So he's going to reduce that to memory, so okay. So he's going to exile that one. A little bit premature. And it also gave us a decent on-the-ground blocker there. Ken and Chunky not having too much luck right now. So first, we're going to put out a Velomachus, auto-pay. He might scoop and see in the Velomachus, I don't know. Yeah, he scooped at the Velomachus. Sometimes that's all you need to do is make a dragon show up and make him scared. Alright, so yeah, I definitely think the Gadrak gave us the space we needed. Added the dragonness, added the early blockers, used up a lot of his resources. Because the removal game is so heavy right now. It's so ridiculously heavy, the removal game. It gets to the point where it's just to the level of absurdity. It's to the point where, I mean, whole decks are just removal and wipes until you can play the one major card that you want to play. This is no good. We got nothing to play on here. Mull that. Much better. Much better. Drag one card to the bottom of the library. I think we probably don't need an Unleash Fury right now. Yeah, we'll hold on to the Velo. Even though he's a long time coming, we can maybe get a little bit more between these two. And draw to something else. So, we'll see. Should have put those card backs on. I like my standard blacks, but these are some pretty cool ones, man. That carved Kaldheim. Let's see here. He is having some trouble. Batman 812KY. Okay, he finally did something. I don't know what the influx of slow players. I have imagined that it's that it's mobile. Uh-oh, someone's playing Ultimatum. Ladies and gentlemen, someone is playing Ultimatum here. Yeah, Zagatha Triome and drawing. Yeah, you're playing Sultai Ultimatum, aren't you? Counterspell? Nope, no counterspell. So we got 5 mana. We're going to have 6. Which means we should be able to play just about anything. This is one deck that if you're getting milled or getting discarded, is very nice because the haunting removal will do you a lot of favors. So that's it. We're just gonna hard cast Velomachus here. I think we might. Yeah, we're gonna hard cast Velomachus and then Terror. There's Maddening Cacophony. Okay, so he's gonna try to mill me, which Haunting Voyage is going to backfire horribly, because we're gonna take all of the dragons and bring them back. So this was a terrible backfire. They come back on the dead ships. They're all double striked, and we get all the mana in the whole world, and then we can do this, and then we can give him that, and then we can even make more treasure and double strike everybody to death with a whole mess of dragons and just absolutely kick the shit out of them. Okay, so that's really what you want to do there. Just have your opponent mill you for 1,000,000 cards, and then bring all those dragons back to the board and eat him alive. That's your goal there. That's really what you want to do. Alright. Yeah, so I think this version is, I would say, working pretty well. We're 2 up. It's pretty positive. Luck is playing a lot of factor in it. This is Jank, and I think with Jank, I think it's important to point out, when you're running some Jank, luck is going to be a big factor, guys. It's just going to be a matter of whether you get the right run of cards. A lot of times, it's not going to be as consistent as some other decks, which can be a turnoff for some people, but this is just for funsies, to pull off stuff like that. That's really kind of the idea, is just to do nonsense like that. And let's return upon the tide there, which, as you can see, Resurrection is very useful. So Rakdos, probably Rakdos sack. If you see red, black, and scorpions, then you're probably rack sacking. So let's do that. We will make treasure, hopefully, and then we can swing in. Bastion remembered. Yeah, he's rack sacking, so he's going to try to life drain us. He is going to give us some treasure, potentially. Let's put another red. Let's foretell that. This is an instant, so if he attacks us, we can do something. Okay, so we didn't have any removal. If we have more removal, we can generate treasure by killing his stuff. Oh, Awaken the Blood Avatar. Very nice. I'm probably going to kill his Blood Avatar, even if he's going to life drain me pretty good here. I am going to get a shit ton of treasure. I think. He's going to come in. He's going to hit us. Oof. Oof. Wow, that was a big hit. Resolve. Sun Breakthrough. Let's get the treasure out there. Okay, so now we have that. We can do that. We have Haunting Voyage and Return Upon the Tide. So let us Return Upon the Tide. Gadrak. So unfortunately got sacrificed, and we didn't get it to the end step. But we'll see here. He got his Blood Avatar out pretty quick. He's going to do 3 damage to us. Double the power. If he's got removal, he's in good shape here too. Good Blood Avatar deck. I guess he's not even going for the Auric. He's going to plumb the Forbidden, which is going to hurt us and hurt him at the same time. Non-token, another Bastion of Remembrance. Okay, so Lorehold Excavation. 1 damage. If he can hit a sack, we're dead, so... he got an early Blood Avatar out. Early Smash and Blood Avatar, which is nice. We're going to have to take the 1 damage, because if we kill him, we're dead. So we are going to have to, unfortunately, Return Upon the Tide, Foretell, Haunting Voyage. Ooh, I was hoping it was a mana, so we're dead here. Absolutely decimated us with that mounted. He had the perfect setup there, man. Not much to be said about that. 2 Scorpions, and then a Bastion of Remembrance out, a full sack for his Blood Avatar, and the attack. Absolutely brutal swing in. And we were just kind of 1 mana short of getting to where we needed to go. Garrett couldn't help us with that. If we could have hit removal on one of them, we would have been all right, because we would have been able to hit some more things here. I actually like this. 2 Magdas, if she gets lightning rodded, which she does, we can sudden breakthrough on her. Okay, so mono red. Let's see if he's aggroes us out. No, he's Izzading. Okay, that's not too bad. But he'll probably kill her. But we have another one. So if he's using his Prismari Command to kill her, or whatever spells he's doing, we draw him out. Yeah. So sometimes you just gotta pull teeth, man. Sometimes you just gotta pull teeth. So let's see here. He is going for Omari Mystic. Good card. Not a lot of people play it. Let's bring another one of her out. He's probably going to have to draw out more damage. He's going to cast an instant or sorcery and get the bonus. But we got to draw those cards out of the hand. Infuriate. Okay, he didn't go for the kill. He just went in for the swing. So we're going to do Sudden Breakthrough on her. See if he gets the counter spell off here. He may. He's probably thinking about it. He might test the talents me. Nope, Lofty Denial. Okay, so we are going to foretell the Haunting Voyage and swing and get that extra money. And hopefully we can come up with a dragon here soon. We can come up with a dragon, we're going to be alright. Mire Triton is not the dragon we need, but maybe the dragon we deserve. There's 2 manas out to wait. Let's foretell that. Gained a little life, which is nice. Oof. We have all the mana we need right now, so we're completely set up. Our chances of dragoning it up are pretty good. He's got a decent amount in his hand. He foretold something. He's going to swing for a little bit, which just kind of keeps him in place there. Alright, let's do a red. We didn't mill anything good. And so let's foretell that. So yeah, we will swing in again. More mana than we could ever even hope for in all of our whole life. All we need is a dragon or to get milled a little bit. Because we have an absolute crap ton of foretelling here. Let's see if he can, because he'll run in. If he does an instant or sorcery, he'll run in for a lot of damage. But he should probably keep a blocker back. I would keep a more Mystic back as a blocker. Now he's going to push it. He's going to push. He's going to push. He didn't cast any spells. So next, let's see if he's got that counter spell. Stern Dismissal. Weird choice. Okay, weird choice. And we just can't come up on a dragon right now. Any dragon would have done us. Any single one of them. Any dragon at all. I'd be happy with Velomachus 9%, Goldspan 9%, Terror of Mount, Velus 9%. Oop, yeah. Copy it. So that's going to be 9, and that's going to be double damage. Yep. That's going to be game there, guys, because we had all the mana in the world, and we could not get any one of our power cards. 18, 22, probably about 20% chance of drawing a dragon, and we just couldn't do it. So we're 2 up, 2 down. But again, this is jank, guys. This is just as pure and simple jank. I mean, it's going to work or it's not. Could I use more card draw? Probably. I could put in something like Sacrifice, which might not be a bad idea. But at the end of the day, we're living and dying by... that's no good. We're living and dying by jank here. This is pretty bad too, but I'm going to keep it. We don't really have card draw. What we're looking for is mill. And it just so happened I usually can mill something good. You know, whenever you need to top deck it, you usually mill something real nice. But whenever you need one of your cards to mill something bad, I mean something good, it's always going to be like, oh, you wouldn't want to mill that. And now we're stuck with Sun Breakthroughs. Nothing to play them on. Let's get some treasure out. Yes, we do. So let's Sun Breakthrough again. And turn. So now we're getting treasure. Wow. Learned and gained life there. Okay, so we're going to try to jank out the treasure here. Since apparently it doesn't want to give us any mana. Leafkin Avenger, he gets the mana. We have the removal, so I'm not too worried about Rada. I'm going to hit for down to 14. My turn. Of course, that's that. We're going to do this. Auto pay. And then we do this, which makes us more treasure, doubles the damage. Auto pay. Hit. And then, of course, we pay to hit the removal. We don't want him doing anything there. I don't know if he's going to have a burn that's 4. He's not playing black, so he doesn't have direct removal. Okay, so he's going to do damage, but it gives us the treasure. Devouring Tendrils. I don't know how many cards are going to be able to help us here. Black is not the answer. These dragons, man, they don't want to come up. Velomachus is shy right now, man. Love to see a Velomachus. Oh, hard casting that. Alright, so let's do that. And of course it's going to dump white mana probably. No, it's going to dump 2 mana. Okay. I'm going to hold on to that treasure. I don't want to use it for Lorehold. We haven't drawn any white yet. He might burn me, but if Wandering Archaic comes in, he's going to get death touched. So no, we're going to Return Upon the Tide here. Well, we can just do this to Return Upon the Tide. We can just hard cast it. He's gonna hit me here. He can hit the whatchamacallit. Unfortunately, the removal, man. If we don't have indestructibility, we're in bad shape. And if Velomachus or none of these dragons want to float to the surface, man, they're not doing us any favors. we could double up on them. We could add more, but we have to take something else out. But like I said, man, it's jank. If you're watching this late in the video, man, it's jank. It doesn't always work. Is there a better way to do this? Maybe, but I don't really feel like putting the time in. Mulligan, this is bad. This is a bad hand. This is a little bit better. Yeah, we can do that. It doesn't always work, man, but when it does, woof, I like it. So put that out. Do that, pull the Magda out. These Battlefield Raptors have been making a comeback, man. They did me good in a draft one time, so I get it. Good card. Healer's Hawk was the original Battlefield Raptor. Okay, so I'm going to have enough mana here to do what we need to do. He's going to be like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? He's debating his whole life right now. Considering all the options, the positives, the negatives, anything that could be, maybe, we don't know. I have a Professor's Warning just in case. I don't really need it. It'll come in handy later. I think that he's going to be kind of in trouble here. All that glitters. Okay, that's going to put a little bit more life on him. He's going to be surprised when Goldspan comes in. I am not going to attack with Goldspan, as strange as that is. I'm going to play defensively here because I don't think I can out aggro him just yet. I don't want him gaining that life to get to the angel point. I will do her though. Sometimes you can bait them to blocking so that they, he says, well, I'm going to gain the life, but he didn't fall for it. He didn't fall for the I'll block meme. Vanishing Light, there it is, guys. we don't have whatchamacallit, we're going to have to generate some more treasure here. Doesn't matter, it's going to get banished anyways. I did have Feed the Swarm originally in the deck, but I mean, what can we do if he's targeting, if he's going to banish us, 10 cards into the game, he's got the cards he needs. And Light of Hope 1/1. He would have been better off putting 4 mana on himself, 4 life on himself. Velomachus I have 4 Velomachuses and I haven't seen one in many a game. Lord have mercy. Yeah, I haven't seen one in many a game. And that's that for us right there. That's that for us right there. I mean, he had exactly what he needed. Clearly we need more dragons, man. Clearly. The dragons are not coming to us. or we need more card draw. So let's throw a little extra card. You know what? I'll stick with it. Because we did all right at first, but now we're running out of gas here. Lorehold Excavation is not coming in too handy. I'm not sure if I need 3. Let's throw another Gadrak in there. I think Gadrak's probably more important than Lorehold. So that's what we're going to try either way. No red. But we have the option of getting a... I'll try it. Why not? Yeah, we drew a red there. There we go. So we can do that. There is Velomachus. Whoa, he was shy as all get out, man. He was as shy as could be. No, nothing good in the graveyard. Okay, so we're gonna do a Velomachus. I mean a Gadrak. Attack. Okay, nothing. Let's see here. Basswood Surge. It is a... This is not Jeskai. This is called... Oh my god. I can't even remember what it's called. Isn't that Horde? I can't even remember what this crap is called. Sun Breakthrough. Might have a wipe. I don't care if he wipes. I have an indestructibility, and it would just give me a mana from the Mire Triton. Oh no, that's on my turn. See, Gadrak would do a lot better if he would kill everybody on somebody else's turn. Yeah, he's going to Doomscar. I am going to go indestructible until the end of turn. He's indestructible, guy. You can unsummon him. It's basically what you can do there. You can destroy that artifact. 6, I could really use a speedster dragon right now, which I don't have. I'm really curious as to what he's doing. So there's Implacable Earth. Okay. Yashran, the most unwanted boar commander in the world. Maul the Skyclaves, very nice. He's going to put it on the Yashran. Okay, very cool. I'm going to kill it, which will give us the final piece that we need for our treasure here, which we'll be able to make our Velomachus, which hopefully will... be able to do what we need here. Velomachus. Hopefully he doesn't have a counterspell. I would hate to get Velomachus counterspelled. Replicant Ring, it's possible he does. We can throw out Mount Velus. Oh, there's Cosmos. So let's see Velomachus versus Cosmos here. Auto pay. We might have the removal we need. for Velomachus. Nope, we had crap there. He might have the removal that he wants, but let's see here. He might have destruction. We'll see. I can't believe off of 7 cards off the top we couldn't do anything. That's pretty impressive. Can't be activated. Okay. Ooh, okay. So that's just all he's going to do. Coma is 7, so he can't 7 me. He's going to do it to himself. Oh my goodness, he exiled himself and the Ugin. And he's going to destroy one of my lands. And I can put another land in, which will do white. Actually, we'll do black. We return upon the tide. Cancel. We're going to do that. Interesting battle here. He freaking nuked himself just to get back at me. And he ended up exiling my good boys. There's Yorion. He's going to scry. There's Magda. Yeah, he hit the exile, which means that we got put in the big bin instead of the little bin. And we have nothing in our graveyard that is any good. We have a Terror, but he doesn't have haste. We haven't seen Goldspan yet, and we do have plenty of Velomachuses left. So I think I'm going to try to push Sudden Breakthrough with Unleash Fury on an incoming Magda. Let's see what he has for cards here. He has 2 cards left in his hand, so it's unclear what he can do. Alron's Epiphany, which will certainly help him quite a bit. Let's see what his other card is. He may have burned through his really good stuff already. I don't know. Vorinclex, okay. I think I'm going to surprise him with the Vorinclex. He can do 6. I have no cards. That's the long and short of it. He can do 6. He can hard kill me with Yorion. Isn't that amazing? I cannot draw any card that is useful in this deck. That is freaking amazing. That is nuts. Alright guys, let's see if we can end it on a good note here. Let's see if we can actually finish strong. I'll keep it. Why not? Do. Jaspar Sentinel. Okay. Kind of have an idea of what's going on. We'll foretell this. We do need black. So, Golgari Elves. Another Jaspar Sentinel. Let's get Gadrak out. Might have removal, I don't know. We'll see. Fabled Passage. I like Elvish Warmaster. I think it's a really good card. I think it's underrated. Nice. So I am going to surprise him with Sudden Breakthrough here. He's going to try to activate death triggers. So that's 4. He only needs to do 4. Yeah. So we are going to surprise him. He may try to push me here. He'll probably... do an invulnerability. Nope, he just went for that. He's just going to try to push me like that. Life goes on. He's going to gain 8 life. Pretty good. My turn. Alright, we're going to hard cast Velomachus. And I accidentally clicked the wrong button. I clicked no attack. Which is not what we needed to do. We needed to attack so we could get that. Okay. Okay. Wow, I can't believe I clicked the wrong button there. Draw a card and lose 1 life. Draw a card and lose 1 life. another Skemfar Avenger. Okay. What do we have in the graveyard here? So let's do Sun Breakthrough. Let's do it on you. Bloodchief's Thirst on the Velomachus. He is losing life there, so we can return him upon the tide with Velomachus. Auto pay. Prophecy, and we will put a Velomachus. No, we won't. Decline. And then we will. No, we don't want to auto pay that end turn. Do 5 to him. All right, let's see. Might be able to pull this one out. Bloodchief's Thirst, very good. He's gonna have to take a run at me here. He might not have enough, but I have the last Velomachus there, so it doesn't really matter. And he's out of there. Alright. Got him that time. I can't believe I misclicked that. That's terrible, man. Maybe I need lunch or something. I don't know. We're gonna leave it there, guys. That was interesting. Like I said, it's jank. It's jank, man. It's not always supposed to work. Hey, some people can make it work. I just don't have the luck for this type of thing. I'll tell you what. That's the God's honest truth. I don't have the luck for this, man. You need to be damn lucky to run something like this. But it's fun. Hey, when it goes off, it's fun. So we'll open this pack real quick for you here. Why not? Strixhaven pack. And what do we got? Verdant Mystery. Probably never going to play that. But hey, whatever. Yeah, I think, of course, today is going to be the word dragon, but with a J in front of it. So it's dragon. That's gonna be the word of the day. Until next time, guys. I've been Jay Villain. And you guys, well, you guys have been great. Bye-bye.